The first rule of surviving in an alien court is simple: speak carefully. The second rule? Never joke about royalty. I learned both too late. When Earth signed the Accord of Shared Skies, humanity sent engineers, diplomats, and scientists to the empire of the Varelians, a species older than our oldest myths, rulers of a crystalline star system whose light shimmered violet instead of gold. I wasn't supposed to stand out. I was just a structural engineer assigned to assist with atmospheric stabilization systems in their orbiting capital. Invisible, replaceable, safe. That was the plan. The Varelian capital, Thalaris, hung in orbit like a living jewel. Its architecture flowed rather than stood, grown from mineral lattices that hummed softly under the touch. Their gravity felt lighter than Earth's, their air cooler, laced with faint metallic sweetness. And at the center of it all ruled Queen Ariseth. She was taller than any human woman, her skin reflecting faint iridescent tones under the palace lights. Her eyes were silver, not flat silver, but layered, as though starlight itself rotated behind them. When she spoke, her voice carried two harmonics at once, a subtle resonance that vibrated in the bones. She wasn't just their political leader. She was their axis. The day I ruined my own anonymity began like any other. I had been summoned to the throne chamber to explain a modification to the palace's energy redistribution grid. The Varelians appreciated precision. They disliked improvisation. I had done both. The throne chamber was immense, shaped like a spiraling shell. Tall, translucent pillars curved inward toward a hovering platform where the queen stood, not seated, but balanced as if gravity deferred to her. Her guards lined the chamber in perfect symmetry, tall figures clad in living armor that shifted like liquid crystal. Their weapons hummed faintly, tuned to frequencies I didn't want to imagine. I stood at the base of the spiral, trying not to feel like prey in the center of a cosmic amphitheater. "Engineer Kale," Queen Ariseth said, her dual-toned voice echoing gently. "You altered the palace's atmospheric dampeners without authorization." "It was a necessary adjustment to your radiance," I replied carefully. The energy output was causing microfractures in the eastern lattice. I prevented structural collapse. There was a ripple of murmured vibration among her advisors. Varelians didn't whisper. They resonated. "You prevented failure," she acknowledged. "Yes. You also bypassed our command protocols." I swallowed. "Yes." Silence stretched. The kind that makes your heart feel too loud. Then, unexpectedly, she stepped down from her hovering platform and descended the spiral toward me. Up close, her presence was overwhelming. Not intimidating in the usual sense, but intense, as though the air thickened around her. Her eyes studied me, not coldly, but with sharp, deliberate curiosity. "Humans," she said softly, "act before consensus. You risk imbalance. Sometimes imbalance is what saves the structure." I replied before thinking. Another ripple in the chamber. Her lips, if that subtle curve could be called lips, shifted faintly. Not quite a smile. "You speak boldly, for one so fragile." I should have stopped there. Instead, I let my nerves override my judgment. "Well," I said, forcing a light tone, "it's not like you'd ever choose a human to lead anything important. We're just the reckless assistants, right?" A few of the guards shifted. The advisors stilled completely. I realized too, late, what I had implied. Among the Varelians, leadership wasn't merely assigned. It was bonded. The queen did not rule alone. She traditionally chose a consort who shared her neural resonance, someone who amplified her authority across their psychic lattice. And I had just joked about her choosing a human. In her court. In front of everyone. The silence this time wasn't ceremonial. It was dangerous. Queen Arisetha's gaze sharpened. Not with anger, but something far more unreadable. Then she raised one elegant hand. Leave us. The words echoed across the chamber. The guards hesitated for half a breath. Now, she added, every advisor, every guard, every living weapon exited in synchronized silence, the great chamber door sealing shut with a crystalline hum. I was alone with the most powerful being in her star system. My throat went dry. Your radiance, I meant no disrespect. Why do humans mask vulnerability with humor? She asked, stepping closer. What? You believe you are unworthy, she said calmly. So you convert fear into jest. My mind scrambled. I don't. You assume I would never choose a human. That's not, realistically. Realistically, she repeated, tasting the word as if it were foreign. She circled me slowly, studying not just my face but my posture, my breathing. Do you know why you are here, Engineer Kale? To maintain the atmospheric lattice. No. Her voice lowered, the second harmonic intensifying. You are here because when the eastern lattice began to fail, my advisors debated. They calculated probabilities. They sought consensus. She stopped in front of me. You acted. I said nothing. My people are ancient, she continued. We value harmony, but harmony can calcify into hesitation. I felt the weight of her gaze like gravity shifting. You disrupted that pattern. You're not angry? I asked carefully. Anger is inefficient, she said. Curiosity is not. She stepped even closer. I could feel a faint warmth radiating from her skin, like stored starlight. You assume a human could never stand beside me, she said quietly. Yet you altered my palace without fear of consequence. I was terrified, I admitted. But you acted anyway. Yes. Her eyes shimmered. In Varelian culture, she said, a consort is not chosen for perfection. They are chosen for counterbalance. The implication landed like a shockwave. Your radiance, I said carefully. Are you suggesting? I am evaluating. My heart pounded. This is a political alliance between species, I said. Choosing a human would destabilize everything. Or redefine it. The chamber lights dimmed slightly, as if responding to her mood. You think yourself small, she continued. Yet you stand before me without collapsing. I'm trying very hard not to, I admitted. For the first time, her expression softened fully. Unmistakably a smile now. Honesty, she said. Another human flaw. And strength. She extended her hand. Not in command. In invitation. The air tingled as our fingers met. A faint pulse traveled up my arm. Not painful, but electric, as if our nervous systems brushed against one another. Images flickered at the edge of my mind. Vast starfields, ancient coronations, the loneliness of immortality. I staggered slightly. She steadied me effortlessly. You feel it, she murmured. What was that? A resonance test. And her gaze locked onto mine. You did not fracture. A distant alarm sounded suddenly, sharp and urgent. The palace lights flared crimson. She turned instantly, authority snapping back into place. External fleet breach, she said, voice resonating with command. The Draxuri have entered our orbit. My blood ran cold. The Draxuri were not diplomats. They were expansionists. The chamber doors slid open as guards rushed back in. Your radiance, we must evacuate.